site to begin this live. Very good. I think, guys, tell me if you see well. And if it's the case, if it happens to be the case, let's dive straight into the painting. Okay, sorry for the earthquake. I'm just adjusting the camera slightly. So what am I doing here? Yesterday there was a huge piece of airbrush work. You see, I've done everything here. I was all airbrushed, and so it needs a bit of adjustment to be just more precise and convey the effect better. And so for that I take a brush, this brush, and then I have my two paints. Start with this. I will fade the edges of this with a darker color, and also it will add a lot of contrast. On the metallic parts I may highlight with this, but in fact I will be kept busy for a while already with my two paints like this. And as you can see, I'm adjusting the effect. And the main advantage of the airbrush is to do the edges. And so if you look on this one, I was painting this guy here. You see here, you will see what I'm talking about when I say adjusting here. I think I could have, you see, something pretty strong like this. And because the rest is already blended and everything, I don't have to really be very careful with the blend. Sorry, let me adjust something here. I have the wire of that is also charging my phone, and it's getting in the way, so I'm always touching it. That's what makes the phone move like this, but now this is solved. And you see, just like this, it is not really blended, but at the same time it's enough. And then I take my darker green, very diluted here. Oops, not too diluted, like this. Yeah, oh, pretty nice to look for the consistency on the thumb. That's fine enough. And you see here, I will just have it on the edge, glazing the edge to have a bit of that gradient. Can you see? Yes, you can see well. That's great. Yeah, something like this, right? Kind of feathering the edges, and it does the trick. And so here I'm very much testing on this area before I do the more obvious parts that will be unforgiving. This is very forgiving. Who will look at this? No one. And so that's great to begin. Yeah, something like this. Okay. Oh, sorry for this. There used to be no ads on these videos, but now it's just so full of ads. Terrible. I may download the thing and just have it run on my computer instead of having it on YouTube. That's what they will get for spamming with ads. Okay. And here as well. Okay, feathering on the edges. To have also a good, how do you call that, variation inside this green here, and not only one green. And when it will dry, it will be a lot more interesting than just one green. Alright, something like this. And kind of reframing all the, so here, something like this. Also adding a lot of vibrancy, because this dark green I'm using is very vibrant. So that's cool. I think that's fine enough. For this one is already, so you see here the white, I had forgotten. So I will transform it from this to this later on both sides, but just later. Now I'll be focusing on smoothing the transition. And you know what? I may keep this small brush, it's working fine. This is pretty much it. This is pretty much done. So I will try now the new piece of work. This, let me check, maybe here. Something like this. It's pretty interesting. I love the dark, the darkness. You see that? Ooh, I like it. I really like it. Okay. So I get my thinner lines and more definition, so it just reads better, and overall increase the quality of the paint job. Well, you see, this is very easy. This is really not hard at all, but really works fine. You see, it's something like this. And then this looks like nothing, but it will help a lot, having something a lot smoother. And this one, I think, is pretty much finished, which is fantastic. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So it's kind of a shadow, but because there is so much green there, the shadow is green also. And that's why you have this in the dark areas. Okay, so the second one is the big piece of work. Also, I varnished the model after yesterday's step, because the airbrush areas, they tend to, you see here, when I rub too much, they tend to get removed, and so have to keep a good amount of paint in there. That's slightly too much. That will be the challenge. Yeah, no, that's better. Okay, just blend it slightly from the light green to the dark green for the transition. That looks great. Thank you very much. Hulk Plays Games. Okay, so I have to be very careful here. Have the perfect, how do you call that, consistency. Because I don't have much room for mistake. If I touch that green too much, then I will just remove the coats of this airbrushed lighter green. Yeah, this is kind of perfect like this. Something like this. I'm starting the brush on the green and finishing on the transition. This is a bit rough. So I have my medium green. I can do it again in the other direction, like this. Okay, let it dry. And so on every transition that I find, I will take with a bigger brush. Just I think that will help with reload the reload of the paint. If I have a bigger brush, then I have to reload less often. Let's try with this. Yeah, exactly something like this. This is exactly what I want. Okay. Let me check. Before I do the other side, I will try to come back with that medium green in some areas, so I can test. This is very much a test of what I'm doing, right? This is not an exact science, and so testing the best way to get these results. Oh, that's too much paint. Have a bit more water. Yeah, something like this. Just to have some accents in some areas and create even more depth. Okay. Oh, yeah, this here. There is a lot of work to do here, so let's do it. I start by, oops, sorry, here it is. Okay, so let me explain here. I have all this OSL from, well, it's both from the ground and also from these pipes here, as well as the arm. And now we have this big light, ray of light that comes from the pipe here and there. This comes from here. Well, I mean, if it's successful, then I should not have to explain too much, you know. And this big reflection comes from the pipe here. And you see how it works like this. This and this. So just a bit of, how do you say, adjustment. So you kind of feathering the edges with that dark green. Here is pretty important because I have many sources and I want to differentiate them clearly. Wait for it to dry and come back. I'll be back. Just putting that on the edges, you see, and very diluted, so that it's barely noticeable. Have a bit too much water, that is true, and so if I have too much water, then it dries slower. So something like this. This is pretty good. This is so because I'm learning as well as I'm doing, and that's why on the other side I've been looking for the right way to do it. Something like this is fine. And this side, yeah, this, oh, why is he successful here? So it's cool. Just adds a lot of interest and depth. Also allows me to reduce some of that glow because with the airbrush it's easy to go slightly overboard. As long as it is diluted, then it's pretty gentle and soft, and so that's perfect. Okay. Okay, I get the ad. Very annoying. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Kind of reframing the light, giving it a frame and reducing the width of the rays and stuff. I'm glad that the varnish is really holding the coat in place, otherwise that would be hell. Still have to be careful, but it's working, so. And this dark green is very forgiving, and so it's pretty dark, it's very transparent, and so that's why it's great to work this transition down. Refocus the rays, the lights. Oops, that is too stark. Kind of washing here and there. It's kind of like the nun oil. Nun oil, how do you call that? Nun oil, but for the green. And so, oops. Because less is more, reducing the size of the rays is a good idea to better sell the effect. And that is done through shading down. Okay, let's just have it fully covered. Oh, here too now. If it's too bright, I can darken it like this. Glaze it. So this is very quick. It doesn't require a lot of precision, and that's why I love painting like this. Very thin coats, and so that's some work, but it works, and it's not very tiring. Which is very important to keep going for a full session. And now I'm starting to get a very nice blend here. And just like that, not reloading the paint on the brush, just going again and again. On the edges, giving a lot of saturation back to the green. How you see here, this reflection is just a lot smaller than it used to be, but I think it's also a lot more believable. Oh, here on this side, okay. You know what? Because I'm reloading my brush, I'll take some green, medium green, and do some of these areas back. Although this is pretty cool, like this is dark green, very nice. But if I can have a bit more light in some areas, that would be excellent. And so that's my lighter green. Try to be careful this time. Put it just right in the middle of the reflection. Except here I have to create the gradient back. I went a bit too far with the green. To have some of this vibrant green visible from this angle, not only this angle. So if I've gone a bit too far, so this is cool, this is all right. This is good as well. Here, nice, and there. I get a nice brush, paintbrush style. Of course, it's a bit more pleasant than very smooth airbrush that lacks character. And now it's back and forth between the dark green and this medium green. But there is no real mistake because the surface isn't perfect. The light is not perfect either from these pipes, and so it's more about the effect than the overall effect, rather than having something perfect. This is pretty much done for me. Maybe one here, yes, a bit. As long as the paint is diluted, you see, you do many coats, and it's very forgiving in one way or the other. Betty Boop said hi. Hello, Betty Boop. Whoops, too much. Something like this. This is all right. Yeah, maybe here it's in the very middle, like this. Okay. Here as well. Okay. Wow, I love this green, especially complementary to this. I think it works very well. And yeah, really adds a lot of depth. Up like this, just not too much. So here, yeah, here definitely need to put back some of that light green. Went a bit too far. It's okay. Just like I said, I'm testing techniques, and so that's what lives are for. Sharing the experiment. Okay, something like this. Whoops. I wait for it to dry and then come back. And I will feather this transition. Okay, yeah, this was done better from the start, and so I have less issues to fix, which is really happy news. So you see up over the dark green, I just have this kind of medium green, and all of a sudden it pops again. So oops. Okay, again, here. Just trying to reestablish the light medium green. Letting it dry, and then I'll come back later. Oh, let's do this arm then. Okay, so all the details here I have to take a finer brush because, well, because it's fine detail. So okay, I think I have it now, back to what it should be. So I will again wait for it to dry and continue with my dark green. So for instance here, yes, I think that could work very fine. And again here. Okay. You see here, I wait for it to dry. Okay, and then let's go again. Oof. So this area definitely escaped the varnish, and so you see I removed some of that green, so I won't touch it too much. Okay, I will do this area here. Okay. Oops. Okay. Ooh, yeah, cool. Because this is a metal, and so the metal would reflect more. Very good. And you see now, oh yeah. So I'm trying to do the same here. Okay. All right. So it's pretty cool. And then what else would we have? We'll do the center of the cloth here. Very diluted, a big drop that will kind of fade naturally. Okay. So I have a stain in the middle of this, but in fact, if I retouch it with my medium green, I think it's not a big problem, and the gradient is pretty smooth. Finer brush. slight mistake here. Let me correct that. Because my brush, just a moment ago, I started here and ended on the right, but it's better if I have my last drop inside and not outside. So let's try again. Back to the highlight. Well, the medium green. Oof. Okay. Okay, something like this. Whew, it will be good enough. Let me check. Okay. So I try to finish it here. Okay, something like this. Let me check. I think this is pretty good here. Is that right? Okay, let's do this guy. Refocus the light in the center of his face. And so this is just a bit of glazing on the edges of his face, and then first in this dark gray, and then I will use the black. So, okay. Oh, here, the bottle. Oh, you know what? I will use the finer brush. I think it will work better. Okay. hope you guys are having a lovely time. I am enjoying the music, transcending and being hyper focused on the painting is just great. So the thing is, the challenge with this miniature is there are so many light sources. Just some, I think it's pretty fine. So many light sources that it's a real challenge to. It's a lot of work, I mean. And so the thing is trying to be fast, so it's not like 100 hours on one guy. And I can do all of them in a reasonable amount of time. I have 6 in total. And also trying to really push slightly to, you know, do better. Whew. Hold my breath here. Okay, oof. I'm resting my left arm, which is supporting the model. Not that the model is heavy, but it's been, yes, an hour and 15 minutes of painting. Okay. Whoops. Let me erase that. Hurry up. Okay. I had to scrap pretty rough. I'll try again when it will be dry. Oh yeah. Whew. Okay, try again this edge highlight. Tricky one. Just a hint, you know, to give the idea that there is this light. I think it's enough. Let me check. Okay, something like this maybe. Okay, let me step back and have a look at what is missing. But I think more or less, you see, more or less, that's something like this. What do you think, guys? Tell me in the comments if you're enjoying the show and you want to ride along on the long term with the channel. You're very welcome to subscribe and join the community here that is growing slowly but surely of people who like to watch live painting, diorama making, or even the shorts I'm publishing here and there. Everybody's welcome to share the experience, and so yeah, if you want to, very welcome to subscribe, guys. I stream 3 or 4 times a week. If we talk of Los Angeles time, it's Sunday evening to Wednesday evening. It's about I think it's 8:30 p.m. plus or minus 5 minutes. And here I'm painting these guys, Skaven, Stormfins. For the Skaven, yes, Age of Sigmar. Okay. Whew. checking if everything is all right. But I think, what do you reckon, guys? You can tell me in the comments if you think this is pretty much it. I would tend to think that it is. Maybe I have forgotten something, but I don't think so. I think I've been pretty careful with everything. You know what? I will put it aside for now. I think it's pretty much it here. And so let's say that these two would be done. Could it be? Interesting. Maybe I will take pictures and decide, but maybe that's for now. It is finished. The tail, very good, has been done. The gun. This is pretty refined and very saturated and vibrant. I love it. Behind here. What else? Oh, okay. Maybe this guy here. Yeah, I said so. I'm gonna take a little bit of black here and reduce some of the highlights that are whether from the high angle, so falling on the miniature, or just wrong place. I'm sorry, I have a problem with when you open the paint and everything is flowing out. It's very annoying. Okay, so I have a ton of black on my palette now. I will take the fine brush. Okay, so here it is, this guy here. So to make the OSL believable, you cannot have light everywhere. And so, for instance, here on the top of his nose, it shouldn't be lighted. Like this. Top of the eyes as well. Ooh, a bit too much. Here on the side, not that much. And the top like this. Go dark. Okay. Okay. And yes, the side as well. Here. I will have, I think, an ultimate highlight on these guys with this green. I think I'll do it on these two guys, and so the metallic parts should get more shine. And so let's try. I will do it also on this little guy, starting with the medium green. I haven't reasserted the highlights, so let's do it. Yes, he's taking a lot of light from this light here. I think it's fine enough. Yeah, this, okay, and the foot here, and that will be good enough. Okay, whew. Wow, oh, okay, highlight here, finish. Okay, on the edge. So it's endless, really, if you want to, you know. Do it all. Whew, okay, okay, something like this. Okay. And I guess that will be it for this guy, at least. So I have 4 left. I've done 2. Whoa, Swinky. 2 of these guys, and now I have 4 left. Wow. Okay, let me check this, if everything is all right. I think everything is fine now, so that's good enough. Yeah, maybe, you know, just like I said, have the highest light, just a dot. A lighter green, let's say it's an apple green. Like this, and so here, because he's so close here, almost touching the cable, I think it makes sense to have very light touch here. Oh, something like this. Oof, that's too much. Okay. So this is doing the specular highlights on all the metallic parts. Just one dot when it's a sphere. Oof. Very bad. Well, this is pretty bad too, to be honest. Okay. Okay. Skaven also looks sick. Oh, sorry. Excellent painted finger. Thank you very much. Inquisitor in Lucifera. Yes, I made it. Oops. Okay. Okay, I'm looking for everything I could have missed here. But also that may be it. It may be this guy done. And then I will let it sit. And if I notice something, I'll get back to it. It's likely that this is how it will happen. Okay, something like this. Something like this. Okay. And this as well. Oof. Yes, Skaven, indeed. Is it finished? I think it could be considered finished. Interesting. Yes, so that would be 2 done out of the 6. So like this. 2 done. Which one do you prefer? The upper one or the how to say, upper and up and down? Downer one? I'm not sure that's how we say it. Which one do you think is the best out of the 2? I think this is pretty rich and interesting, the back, but here the front, I love the light here, half of the face here and there, the leg. and then the green like this crossing. If I had to pick one though, I don't know. I don't know which one I would pick. The green gives more visual interest. Yes, but they're both green, right? Aren't they? A lot of green. Just from the, I look at the upper one more, but both looks cool. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, this one is pretty cool. From the front is yeah, pretty successful. This is a part of luck as well. Yeah, the Stormfront models, I love them. They're pretty old kits, but very nice kits. They have aged very well, and to this day, they are still very good, beautiful models. Or something like this. Does this pipe have to do it? I didn't. Okay, and then placing the highlight. Very quick, because this is unnoticeable. This is very hard to even notice on the miniature. Oh, something like this. That's good enough. What are you going to do with the baby? Oh, it's a baby? I thought it was getting to the brain. And so these are, how to say, commission painting. So I paint these for somebody who has asked me to paint for them. And so the requirement, which I think is fair, is to downplay. He doesn't like this, well, the babies, like you call them. Sorry, I have a dust or something. Am I dying? Oh no. And so yeah, to downplay them on the back like this. And so the idea for me was brain baby brain by bray by. Sorry, I didn't get the joke. I'm sure it was good. How do you say? Yeah, don't play them and just have them highlighted by the green, so they will just be black like this and highlighted by the glowing stuff around, and so they don't steal the show. So that's what I will do with them, just like this. No more. But I think if I had painted for myself, I'm not sure I would have done much differently. Or maybe it's like the glowing up, the glowing brain, something like this, you know, just to give more interest. But I would have kept muted colors. Okay, let me check this one again. Okay, it's fine enough, it's fine. Very good. Okay, cool. So I think, yes, I will call the two of them done, you know, and when I catch up with the 4 other models that are here, I may come back to one of them, and if I notice I've forgotten a part, I could do it, you know. Okay, let me take the black here. and do these parts. Oh, okay. Dilute it, and then here should not have that much green. That's too much, but I will feather it out. Let me take the big brush.
The forms of bodies could not be understood in detail, but for shadow. Shadow.
Okay, like this. Yeah, whatever. And then I will come back with the green and redo the green at the bottom. Something like this. The baby is the boss weak point in Vermintide. Weird mind control mutation of very Skaven. Well, nice piece of input, man. So yeah. Okay, I had this feeling that they were the brain because they have a big brain. And if I'm correct, the how we say the Stormfunds, they are kind of zombie in a state of you know, almost zombies, and they are powered by the Warpstone. And so my algorithm doing me a solid. I've got some Stormfunds to paint. This looks awesome. Well, thank you very much for your kind words. Yes, and I'm glad to appear somewhere on YouTube, you know. I exist, yay! Okay, yeah, something like this, that's better. Not overdone because that's again a detail here. But I think, yeah, I think this is done. And so, yeah, you see how many I have here in the background. Also a lot of work, a lot of work. But this I think is pretty cool. Gets a lot of vibrancy from the green here. Lights everywhere. Pretty smooth transitions. But in fact, when I take a picture, I know if it's taking pictures has been a huge, oh yeah, so here, part of getting better for me. So the picture shows you everything. Okay, something like this. And yeah, when I take a picture, do you batch paint by color or finish each one completely? Excuse me, I adjust my phone because I'm missing a few questions here. Sorry, so Kev designs awesome work. Mind to share how you do the cracking in the base. I don't know if the cracking I did on camera. I have many lives on the channel. Started with a white base and then started with the light colors. So that's my color transitions here. And there is also a very dark green that is not on the base. So I start with this and then I go, yeah, exactly like this then. Go like this and this and this kind of glazing, leaving the areas I want the lightest untouched. That's how it is. Do you batch paint by color or finish each one completely? I have batch painted, so if you see, they are almost all of at the same stage of painting, and it allows me to control my time better. If I finish one, maybe I spend too much time, and then I'm a bit discouraged by the task to finish everything, and so that's why I keep the batch paint like this. Thanks man, your work looks great, but I found this live. Well, you're very welcome. Very welcome. And you see, so I have the stitches here. It's the same. So start with the very light green, so greenish white from AK, and then yeah, a lot of I think it's all right. I think it's all right. Okay, so I may call it done for this guy again. Yes, and that's my two guys. Pretty cool. All right. And now, who will be my third? I think it will be this one. This one, which is a repeat of. I have two squads of 3, and so that's why here they have the same pose. I will do something though here very quickly. I have noticed here I have a cool looking kind of a fluctuation of light, but I don't have it here, and so I will just add a bit of something in there. Maybe just one where it's very visible, so that will save me a lot of oh yeah, one here and one here. Okay, and then I will kind of blend the edges, and that will look better. Otherwise it looks slightly unfinished, but they have so many details. It's so easy to just miss one. Okay, I think here I will also do some more of the green here. Second coat, something pretty strong. If it was thinner, that would be better. Okay, just one touch like this, fine enough. Okay. Try to go thinner on this one. Where was it? Oh yeah, here. Yeah, okay. Right, pretty cool. Oh, let me check something. I think I'll do something a bit more noticeable here. Let me try. Because here, when I take the model like this, I cannot see. And so, yeah, like this. Yeah, that's a bit better, you see now? It's more obvious. Here as well. Oof. Okay, something like this. Yeah, a lot better. You see that angle and the light here? I think it works pretty fine. I have something here too then. Oof, that's a bizarre angle. You see my brush? I'll try like this then. No, not great. Let me erase that. Okay. Whoa. Did you do all the angle by hand or do you use an airbrushing process? Well, I did both, but yeah, if you watch my live from yesterday, exactly yesterday, I did it with the airbrush. I started by brush on this guy because I wanted more control. And you see, so I have these beautiful reflections like here and there. And that's the brush. I'm more creative with the brush than the airbrush, but it was so long that I had to, take the airbrush to do them because it took me a whole day to do this by hand, by brush, I mean. And so I was like, no. And so I took the airbrush, and I am refining with the brush. More water. Very scared. It's pretty thick paint here. I need to have a little bit, yes, like this. Okay. Okay, pretty nice. Yeah, that's better. And so, I think it's worth the time finding the right placement of the light and everything, the highlights and the shadows. Um, I think it's better to just go for it and spend the time, the extra time, and get the results you want instead of being always half satisfied with what you've done. Even though, oh yeah, it's faster, I have my stuff, it was quick, but well, okay, I think now it is pretty much done. Let me do something here. It's okay, it's fine enough. Good. All right, 2 out of 4, and the next one I said would be this one. I think before that I will have to take a slight break and have a sip of water. Otherwise, yesterday I painted for 3 hours, and when I was dehydrated at the end, it was a struggle. And so here, I think I will end the live. But in fact, so what I did on this guy, I will do it on the 4 I have left here. And that's the end of the week of the streams also. We'll see us it again next Sunday night, 8:30 Los Angeles time. If you enjoyed the show, guys, please subscribe. We will have more. So for the whole spring, I can stream 4 times a week, which is beautiful. And also you can check my long form videos and the shorts, and of course you are very welcome to subscribe. I'm very thankful to have you guys joining the community, joining the lives, and sharing the goodness of painting. Thank you very much, and see you next time, guys.